Hello everybody and welcome back to Skyrim Guides where we learn how to have fun, kick ass and chew bubblegum. Alright, and here we'll take a look at some of the end game items you can get once your character is like way up there and high level, you finish a whole bunch of quests and stuff. And there may be a few things you may have missed, and those things I really think that really add a lot of flavor to the end game of Skyrim. Alright, there are just a few things we can cover here. And let's go ahead and get started. Alright, the very first thing we're gonna cover is in Soul Cane. While wandering there, you'll stumble across this unfortunate soul. He's looking for his horse, Arvak. It's kind of hard to find it, but you'll find these pillars. There's a huge area, kind of like in the middle of in there. And you'll find the Arvak skull over here. You pick it up. Then eventually you find him and return the skull. It may take a while to search for it. Alright, and as a reward, he lets you conjure his horse now. That's pretty cool. It acts just like a normal horse, except you can conjure it up anytime you want, which is very convenient because I hate dealing with horses in Skyrim because they always run off and get themselves killed. And they're very brave, just run off and start fighting everybody, get themselves killed and stuff. And I lost my Shadowmere. Something happened to him. He just disappeared. So yeah, I'm really not a big fan of horses because they disappear. This thing, however, you can just summon him up. Just disposable horse. After it will disappear as soon as if it dies, or you just walk away from it. But I can't imagine living without it. All right, here's an example. I need to climb a mountain, so I just summon up my horse. And the horses in Skyrim can just defy all laws of physics, and then they can just go up incredibly steep slopes. So yeah, that is incredibly useful. That otherwise I could not have walked up the slope. And I'm tired of dealing with horses. I just don't want to deal with horses anymore. All right, yeah. So that is the first trick. You definitely don't want to miss. All right, second one is this burrow. Rogwald, whatever pronounced. It's just northeast of Markarth, and this burrow has a dragon priest, pretty tough. So you want to go there at the later levels, and he does a lot of lightning damage. So make sure to be prepared for that. But at the end, you'll find this coffin. You put the two skulls that you collected throughout the level, put them in there. So fancy. Alright, so that's one of the many dragon priests you can encounter in Skyrim. If you follow my guide, he should be a piece of cake entirely. Alright, and then after we loot his corpse, we find this really cool item that he's having. The Otar Dragon Mask. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Alright, as you can see here, it's heavy armor. So heavy armors. Alright, and it increases our defense, magical resistance. And you can see over here. So it increases our resistance by 30%, fire, frost, and shock resistance by 30%. So it just makes our magic, give us 30% magic resistance. This is the biggest item in the game to increase your magical resistance by far. The biggest item in the game that gives you so much magical resistance. Yeah, so that's definitely an item that you can't ignore. It's like if you want magical resistance and you're heavy armored, this is the item you have to get. All right, and after you're done, you can get those skulls back, which is pretty unusual, very unusual. You can actually get the keys back after using them. All right, and you can see it over here. We have them here. You can put in your house. So go ahead and just place those skulls in your house anywhere. Looks really cool. Alright, next thing is in Dragonborn expansion. We go to over here, Cauldron Borrow, whatever it's called. And when we get here, you'll find this miner over here trying to mine. Talk to him, eventually he'll ask you to pay some money to help the expedition and unearth quest, and every few days he'll talk you back, ask you back to continue with the progress of the mine. But one of the items you get from this, yeah, and you're gonna get very unique items every time you progress in the mine. Eventually, one of the actually the first item you're gonna get is those boots, which is really cool. So let's take a look at it. All right, so we're about to go for a swim. Right, we're in Solitude Bridge. We're about to go for a swim, and there it is, boots of water walking. Water walking ability, the only item in the game that gives you water walking ability. That's the only way to water walk without the potion. And we just jump in, and we can literally walk on water. It's so cool. just, it just opens the realm of exploration. This is like so cool to just run around on water. You know, since Skyrim doesn't have a ability to go on boats, this is your only way to just walk on water and just explore places you can't otherwise. Well, you can swim, but it's just not nearly the same. While walking and working, just sprint and recharge your stamina, so it's you can progress a lot faster. Really, just beautiful, beautiful landscape. The other place you can do water walking is in College of Water, Winterhold. Over here is water down there, but it's way too far down, so we can just jump down. Just make sure to hit the water, and we won't take any fall damage. So you can see over here, bam, look at that. No damage. And you can just explore this area as well. There's a few sank ships around here, a few other areas of interest. So yeah, it's pretty cool to just explore area like that by walking on water. The thing you can do is in Windhelm. Whenever we're in Windhelm, if you walk into the apothecary over here, the white file, the very first time you walk in there, you will see the two people arguing. After that, you can talk to that guy and you'll start a quest, white file. Eventually through the quest you will complete the quest of how it was damaged, etc. So you wouldn't be able to complete it right away. However, later on in the game you get a letter from this the guy telling you, it's like, hey, we found a way to repair the file, basically. And after you start that quest and finish it, yeah, basically the quest, it will start the quest. After you finish it, he'll give you an option to enchant the file with a special liquid. Basically, the white file will restore the liquid every day, every 24 hours. So in the wiki, you can see here what the benefits are. I always go for resist forces of magic, 20% magic resistance for 60 seconds. Or if you do one-handed damage, you go for that. I want to deal more damage in battle to increase your one-handed damage for 60 seconds. So after you enchant the file with a property, it will restore every 24 hours. So you drink it, get the effects of it, and then 24 hours later, the file restored. Really, really cool end game item, specifically for magical resistance. All right, so yeah, those are some of the cool items you should get on your end game. Make sure not to miss them because they really make the game a lot more fun. All right, that's all, and I will see you on the next Skyrim guide.
You'd think a vampire would be right at home in this place. You'd be wrong. Let's just find my mother and get out of here.